What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gents? Sorry about the time change on the show, but you know it is Super Bowl Sunday, and today we're gonna present you guys with a Valentine's Day special. We're gonna be doing the best couples in comics, and of course, I got my esteemed colleagues here with me. I'm your host, Achaveli.
Know the fans trail me, so my alias Machiavelli.
Or Act Wayne or Act. And I got my boys here with me. I got my brother Boss Mac or Stay Ready. And I got my brother Derek Gaines, the legend. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on? What's going down?
Yes, sir. Real quick, before we get right into it, because it's gonna be a real short one, guys. What do you guys think about the new Captain America movie?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably not gonna watch it.
It's funny. I was thinking the same thing.
And you know me. So in the comics, bro, Falcon did become Captain America, but
he did. Yes, he did.
It was a short run and a short brief stint in the comics. The person who took over the mantle, and it wasn't. They got to understand the storyline. I actually have the series here of the person who took over the mantle of Captain America when Captain America died. It was the falling of an American. What was it? The falling of something. I got it over there.
You talk about when Bucky?
Yes.
When Bucky took it over, and he had a short run because Captain America ended up coming back. He had a longer run than Falcon.
Yeah. But that was the first time he took it. He took the mantle more than one. It was more than one Captain America. But yeah, you're right though. But for some reason, I just feel more because Falcon don't have a super soldier serum. He doesn't. He's more mortal, so it's kind of hard for me to see what does he do to make him be a Captain America or stand out because he's already Falcon.
Yeah,
and I like him stand on his own and be Falcon. And even in the comics, like the way they do him in the movies, like he was never a soldier. Falcon was a smart kid. He was an extremely smart kid.
Yeah, and I like I said, the whole way that they did him was just wrong.
Like, he was actually
he grew up on the same block.
Protege of Iron Man.
They didn't make him from Harlem.
Yeah,
in this, they made him from like down south somewhere. Because I watched the series on Disney Plus, so that was a slap to my face. So, him and Luke Cage are very close, very close.
But he was a protege of Iron Man because of the smarts. He was supposed to go to MIT. Like the kid that played the real story of Falcon is more intriguing than the story that they're trying to put out to us. And I don't like.
Yeah, and another thing too, which I gotta bang the gavel on. I gotta issue Marvel or Disney, whoever want to take these gavel things.
Disney on Marvel, so hey.
Yeah, so I guess it's on Disney. How are y'all giving him a Hulk villain? How y'all giving him General Thunderbolt Ross, the Red Hulk? I'm not watching that crap. Gavel issue. Derek, you got something on it, real quick?
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not really interested in it and seeing this Captain America. Only the storyline I want to check out just because of the Celestial Island thing, the hand, and they built the whole movie around that. So once I found out, I'm not interested in seeing Harrison Ford or Anthony Mackie, but I am interested to see what they do with that with the storyline itself. Maybe it's just a stretch. Maybe it runs into the Fantastic Four, because from the trailers that I saw, the Galactus comes to Earth, and we all know that in the comics, Galactus basically consumed the worlds that was seized for the next Celestial. So that I'm not interested in the characters itself, but maybe the storyline is saying that I would wait for it to come on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Basically. Let me salute everybody in the chat, and we about to get it started. This is a Valentine's Day special again. Best couples in comics. Salute to Jimmy Bernard. What's good, champ? Salute to my sis Tay Tay in the house. Salute to my brother Drew Titan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yeah, man, we about to get this thing rocking. Derek, if you don't mind,
Yes,
brother, who do you want on your list first?
Man, this is real quick. Sync and Monet.
Man, it was hard for me to construct this picture, man.
Man,
So and
I
shout
love
out to
it.
you because you got the most black comic book couples on
We
yours.
I specifically was looking for the black couples in comics, and they're few. There are few. But let's get into it real quick. One of the founding two members of Generation X, they got together after the Phalanx Covenant, which is a good storyline. Check it out. And then he was infected with with this thing that caused him to feed off the other mutants' powers. But he was cured, and then he opened up to Monet. As you know, Monet's background is she's basically the Black Superwoman. It's a shame Marvel didn't expand on her, but real quick, they got together. There were no adventures for them. They basically within the continuity of the Generation X comics. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and couldn't find any issues or storylines just for them. Unlike the other couples, but yeah, you can find them in Generation X. You can find them in Generation X. I thought they were a cute young couple, and it popped in my mind because I was a big fan of Generation X.
Good pick. Mac, you got anything on it?
No, I don't have anything on that one.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm surprised, Mac. I'm surprised. This is right up your alley. The comics people don't read.
No, it's not. Remember, I told you I wasn't big on the Generation X.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, you said that.
Even though it came out around my time, it just I wasn't interested because I was stuck on X-Men, and it felt like they was trying to just mimic what they were doing with X-Men, thinking they were going to get the same
result.
But it didn't. Generation X did not last long because it didn't give us that same X-Men days. And don't get me wrong, I think if they would have done it better, they probably would have. And I can't blame this on nobody, but some of the people that was new and trying to take over for Marvel, because around that time is when they started coming out with all the cyberpunk like series.
Oh, that was that time that you was telling me about, man.
Yeah, it was around
like they was cybering everybody.
Yeah, that's why you got a cyber Ghost Rider.
Okay.
And DC did the same thing when they came out with Batman 2099 and all of that. All that whole era was around that time. That's why that era of comics like really sucked, and they kind of stopped and then they went back to the in the late, I'd say probably around 96, 95, they went back to the original because they knew that stuff wasn't working.
Well, they used the Onslaught storyline to get rid of those useless comics.
Well, they did that in Generation X and some, but not for the most part. It was still a lot of them that they just stopped.
Yeah.
Let me salute Queen 71 in the house. Salute, Queen. Always driving. You ain't got time for me to be in the chat no more. I'm banging the gavel, Queen. Banging the gavel. Let's go to you, man.
Spider Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy, man.
Mac, wait a minute, Mac.
No.
Where's Mary Jane at? Watch this. Wink, wink.
Man, I
Is that the Ben? I got a question. Is that the Ben Riley Spider-Man?
No.
No. We talk about the regular.
No, it is Peter Parker.
The one that lost her because of Green Goblin. That one.
Yeah.
Well, where's Mary Jane?
Why do you? I do not like Mary Jane.
I thought he said that. I thought maybe you wasn't here that time, Derek. Maybe
I just said it multiple times. I don't like Mary.
I don't
Jane.
like her either, though. I don't like her either.
Like
Go
to be
ahead.
honest with you, out of all the women that Spider-Man dated, Gwen Stacy and Black Cat are my favorites.
Felicia Hardy and
Yes.
Gwen Stacy.
So you know, a quick backstory. So y'all know, Gwen Stacy actually made her first appearance in 1963, coming in number 31. You know, her and Peter was classmates, and she was actually the one trying to pursue Peter, and Peter wasn't showing her no interest. And in that actual comic book, that time she was trying to talk to Peter, Aunt May was in the hospital. One of the big things, and that's kind of what made her even like him even more, because he was so busy trying to take care of his sick Aunt May. And she kept pursuing Pete. Pete turned it down, and he ended up with Mary Jane. So while he was talking to Mary Jane, she thought she could date Flash and date Harry, thinking that would make him jealous, but it never did. He'd end up getting sick when he fought the Vulture, and her and Mary Jane actually competed for his love. But later on, they end up getting together, falling in love. That was actually the same year in comic book number 53, and they end up dating. Gwen's father died, and Gwen actually blamed Peter, but she was also brainwashed by the Kingpin in their storyline. But they end up dating for a while, and in that same series, I think it was number 90, where she died. And she actually died out getting thrown off the rooftop by Dr. Hobgoblin. It was another comic book she got killed by Hobgoblin. But she's died, then brought back, died, then brought back, died. But the first time she died at the hands of Dr. Ock, throwing off the rooftop. And I think I just found the second time he got killed by the Green Goblin in number 121. In the same year, matter of fact. That's crazy.
So they
killed her at number 90 by Doc Ock, and then killed her in the same year.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's dirty work. That is dirty work. But yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, anything on Gwen Stacy and Spider-Man's love?
Me personally, I always liked a little relationship. I loved, their interaction in the comics. I actually didn't remember the one with Doc Ock, so thank you for filling me in on that. I was always more familiar with the second time when she got deleted with the Green Goblin and him almost saving her, and then her neck snapped, like kind of how they did it in the Amazing Spider-Man movie. Yeah, it was just like that. So, that was always like a famous scene and stuff like that, because I was always told around that time they didn't really do that with the lead girls in other comic books, so that was something new that happened.
But I think back then they were so infatuated with Mary Jane Watson and the storyline. So when they took Mary Jane on and the Gwen Stacy, it kind of messed up that boyish crush getting the girl that he wanted. It messed up that storyline for him. But that was always in the comics. Always in like pop culture back then. That's why you had Urkel and Laura on Family Matters. You had, it was all throughout comics. The boy who had a crush on the girl and he finally got her.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of what they did with.
Yeah, that's kind of the direction that they. Salute to Pooh Man. What's good, bro? And Drew Titan said, "That fool, why am I laughing?" No. You
It's a New York thing.
you stupid. Um, Derek, you good or I could go to mine? You ain't got nothing on this.
I'm good, but I like Mary Jane. I don't know why.
That's
Mary
it.
Jane had
Mary
kids.
Jane, everybody had married, and
Yeah, exactly.
I
you're not
just
going.
maybe it's just brand recognition for me. You think of Peter Parker and who's his girlfriend. First thought come to mind is Mary Jane.
No, first thing come to
That
y'all mind is Mary Jane.
yeah, I would say my mind.
Well,
I
lie,
don't
not
like
Peter. See, they try to make him like a nerdy and all of that. Peter was
Peter was
like
a
he
player.
had some. He might have had the most girls out of the
No,
main. He might have. He might have.
bro, I went down a list the other day of people who had a bunch of women. Wolverine literally has the most.
Yeah, but he's the oldest. That's not fair, bro.
Okay,
How you gonna
Iron
say that?
Man,
That ain't even fair.
Iron
Look how-
Man, just as well.
Yeah, Iron Man. All right, yeah, Iron Man. Bro, Peter got to be up there, bro. There's no way.
No, I'm not
Peter-
saying he's not. But when
Bro,
you go down there, rabbit hole, I didn't realize
And Daredevil.
Electra been with so many people.
Daredevil too, man. Daredevil.
I only know Electra to be with Daredevil and maybe Wolverine.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Mac put me on with that. I actually
They
didn't
got
know
a
that.
kid together, wild thing. But
It is the way it is.
All right, but let me go to mine. Where I'm at. My Harlem brother, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and shout out to Mac because they were brought up last week
yeah,
by me and Mac because Squirrel Girl was the babysitter when they ended up. But anyway, they met one night when they were stalking the owl. Well, Luke Cage was stalking the owl, and Jessica Jones was looking for a mafioso boss, and they ended up meeting like that and ended up teaming up, and they had an on and off again relationship in the comics. They finally made it official in the comic called Jessica's Wedding Vows: The New Avengers annual number 1, and everybody, the who's who of comics book characters were at the wedding. You had She-Hulk, the Hulk there, Iron Man was there, all of the Avengers you could think of. Everybody was there, so it was a beautiful. It was kind of like, well, I can't say that, but because I know somebody got them on their list. But yeah, it was kind of like another group's wedding that's going to be mentioned. It was just as big as that, and loved them. They ended up having a baby together, and they finally made it official. Nothing too long. Anybody got anything on Jessica Jones and Power Man?
I told you that's probably my favorite couple in comics. So.
Yeah, they are. They're one of my favorite. I don't think you're gonna be surprised who actually is my favorite couple, and there's a reason why. Because they remind me of somebody that I know in real life, somebody that's family in real life. So you'll be surprised on my list, and the last people that I end up picking is going to be my favorite too, but they're not popular like that. I'm gonna just say that, but you're gonna be surprised who my favorite comic book couple, Marvel or DC, is. So, you got anything on that, Mr. Gaines?
No, sir. I like Power Man. Wasn't too big of a fan of Jessica, but they need to bring that back. They need to bring that show back.
Hey, I will say this one time though, just because we talked about Captain America earlier, you do know Danielle Cage was Captain America at one time too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know that?
Nope.
Yeah, hey, I'm not gonna lie. Those comics was actually pretty good too. Huh?
Nah, I didn't say nothing. I just said
One for JJ.
Oh, I thought somebody said where Danielle Cage at.
Batman. Tay find anything on Batman and run with it.
Like, come on, bro. Don't. You know what's funny is Tay. I got something for you. Cause I'll tell you one thing. Nobody got
It's not a bad thing because Batman did have one. I'm not
yeah,
mad.
yeah, but she trying to act like Superman was innocent.
No, Superman was lame.
Come on,
Yeah, Batman didn't try to turn the whole world backwards because his girlfriend died. Batman moved on and be like, oh well.
Oh, you know what? Real quick, Tay. You know what? This is my diss track to you, Tay. And shout out to my uncle for pointing this out to me.
By the way, baby, what's your name? Said I go by the name. Lois Lane, and you can keep my boy. You couldn't fucking talk to a man. I said he's a fairy. Use the goes high to the air, and he holds in the blue fairy. In the blue man. That's if you need a man. You got finesse, and his whole name.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Bang Hank. Shout out to Big Bang Hank. That was my diss track to you, Tay, because I knew you was gonna bring up Lois and Superman. But anyway, back on you, Derek, and I knew you would love it.
I never heard Sugar Hill Gang used. I never heard
I
Sugar
didn't know
Hill
nothing
Gang.
about that. My uncle put me on. He said, "Man, I hate Superman." He said, "You don't remember what Big Bang Hank said?" He said, "Let me put you on." He threw on that Rapper's Delight. I said, "Oh, I'm using that." So shout out to my uncle, Uncle Perry. Shout out to my Uncle Perry. You know what I mean? He gave me that idea. You could blame him for that, Tay, because I didn't even know that was said.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Who you want?
Moving on to X-Men and Trinity.
This one?
Let me see. Yep, that's the cover.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right here.
They like a nice young couple. You know what I mean? Go ahead though, Gaines. Break it down.
Well, you see them clamps on the side of her head. Sinister has something to do with her whole being, but he designed them to hold her powers in check. X-Men itself was created by Sinister in another timeline, in the Apocalypse timeline, and his body, his mutant ability is killing him. So what she's doing? She's feeding off of his death energies, and he don't even know it. But they started to hang out. They fought Holocaust, and they fought Madeline Pryor. They fought Sinister and the Marauders, and she fell in love with him. He fell in love with her, and then one day she just bounced like, I'm out of here. But she's in about 20 issues of X-Men. That cover right there is X-Men number 13, and it's a shame they didn't stay with this storyline between them two, but he really cared for her, and he helped her with her powers, so to speak. And again, one of the few black representations in Marvel Comics itself. I'm not too sure about DC. There's just not enough of us. But other than that, it's a good couple, good comic, good storyline between them two. Again, we talk about this a lot of time. It all circles around Sinister. That's it on that. I don't want to get too much into it. Just want to keep rolling along.
Yes, sir. Matt, do you know anything about? Well, before you go, Matt, and say anything, let me salute some people that came in late. Salute to D-Man, my bro D-Man Jr.
Oh, let's go, Bub.
Salute to my bro Joe Townsend.
Oh, let's go, Bub.
Salute to my bro Eric Jordan.
Let's go, bub.
All right. Yeah, Mac, you got anything on it? Do you know about them? I'm sure it seems up your alley too, man.
Hold on, I took a phone call. Who was it?
What's the
X-Men
name?
and
I don't know about them.
Trinity. I can never say her name right, but it's they got together in X-Men number 13.
You say, Nate Gray and Trinity. I didn't know they was I didn't know they was in a relationship, but yeah.
Yeah, he cared for her and he helped her. He helped her against the Marauders. Several they went after her because Sinister was trying to bring her back in.
Yes, sir. What's up, Felix Nunez? What's up, champ?
Let's go, bub.
Jordan, Drew Titan, Pooh-Man, D-Man.
Yep. Everybody.
You right, D-Man.
You know he gotta get you at least one show. He gotta.
I gotta
rematch. When you go,
I gotta take Stormy D-Man's lessons, man. That guy says every name right. I can't say not one name right.
Mac, it's on you, man.
Give me Tony Starks and Pepper Pies. Yes, sir. Y'all know.
You don't remember when she had the suit on and she was rescued?
That's why I put it. I know about Rescue.
Okay.
I know about the Lady Avengers too.
Okay. Go ahead, man.
They even had a brief moment in Endgame, and I thought they was gonna do a whole movie about them, but nah, Marvel too stupid. Like, man, you had the moment, like literally had a whole moment. Captain Marvel, well, at the time where Captain Marvel rescued Scarlet Witch, and you had not Valkyrie. Valkyrie wasn't a part of them, but Wasp, and She-Hulk was a part. You had that, even though She-Hulk wasn't in the Endgame, but you had the moment where you could have brought the movie to fruition, and you didn't. Marvel, you dropped the ball. That would have been a dope movie for the time we're in, but that's beside the point. Tony Stark and Pepper Potts, man, look. One of the great things about their relationship was Pepper Potts always was Tony's assistant, always.
Yep.
She's always been a cornerstone to kind of navigate through his chaotic life. She's always been there to pick up any pieces, anything that he had, and gradually they built a relationship, kind of a deep relationship where Tony was dealing with all these women. I'm talking about all of them because Tony was with. That's somebody else I'm gonna bring up in a minute, but she's not on my list. But that's somebody else. When you were talking about who's been with a lot of people, not any one of them, but yeah, he was dealing with all these women, and she kind of just looked over it because she was always there. It's like she didn't have nothing else but Tony, but at the same time, Tony didn't have anybody else but Pepper Potts. Then eventually, they end up getting together, and she became really his cornerstone, really the person that held him down, his anchor, and ultimately they got married.
D-Man talking about, oh, don't they look so cute too? And salute, humble salute. Just to comment on this is one of those relationships where it really started off business and she got overlooked, and he didn't realize that, you know, she was the right one for him. He didn't realize it, like she was right in his face the whole time. This is the definition of one of those type of relationships. And he's out here with different women, and he didn't realize that the woman that he really needed was right in his face the whole time. So I do like their relationship and how it organically came together.
And they did have a child, a son named Howard.
Okay, I thought they had
Morgan.
They didn't have a daughter. They didn't have two.
So Morgan was not and their original kid. Howard was their original kid. Morgan was the daughter in a whole different universe.
Okay, it
And
wasn't
they brought
616.
Yeah, no, and they brought it to the movie. Howard was their son. He named Howard after his dad.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
makes sense.
which is kind of crazy, bro. Because when they had their daughter Morgan was literally. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let me Google it real quick, and I'm gonna tell you because it was an alternate universe. Okay, yeah, Earth 199999 universe.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what Earth Morgan was a part of. She was not a part of Earth 616. That's why when they brought her up in, what's crazy is when they brought her up in the movie, I was looking, I'm like, why did y'all go that direction?
That's why. Yeah, that's what.
Y'all didn't talk about his son because his son was first, and it always been his son, but it was weird. And the person I was gonna bring up a minute ago, you know who's been with a lot of people, including Spider-Man? Black Widow.
Yeah. Now we brought that up.
Yeah, I was gonna say Black Widow. Man, I went down her love history because I almost put her in Clint Bart. I mean, yeah,
Bart.
Yeah, Bart. I can't ever get his name. I almost put them on my list, but I'm like, no, because Black Widow was going down.
That didn't even last long.
It didn't. Her and Hulk didn't last long.
Gamora and Quill on there, and they didn't last. They was on and off.
So no, actually, they never really had a real relationship in the comics. It was just that one fling. But Peter was with this other chick in the comics. For the most part of the comics, man, I can't remember who it was at the moment.
She was really with Adam Warlock more.
Yes, she was. He even messed with Nebula at one time. Like Peter was a 304 too.
He said Peter Star-Lord was a 304 too.
Star-Lord was a 304.
You got something on
No. I remember Pepper in the comics used to be with Happy. Happy in the beginning, and that's the last time I've heard anything about Pepper Potts into the movie. But I don't got nothing on it.
He wasn't in a relationship with Happy though. They were just, I think they might have messed around, but they were really Peter's security and his assistant. I mean, not Peter, Tony.
Yes, sir. All right, let me go to mine. Richard Grayson and Barbara Gordon. One of my favorite comic couples, and it should be y'all favorite comic couple ever. I'm talking about knew each other since they was like late teens, rocking out together when he was Robin, before he became Nightwing and became a cop in Bloodhaven. They got together during the time where Batgirl wanted to take up the mantle, and she was a real fan of Batman. And Batman, he didn't want to really work with anybody outside of Robin. But Robin, him going to college and him becoming a man, he started seeing Batman's flaws in his ways, and he wanted to go out on his own. And one time when they all started working together and she figured out Richard Grayson's and Bruce Wayne's identity, and they put her on the crew. This is also in the comics, just like the cartoon, but the cartoon didn't do it exactly the same. He put Barbara in danger one time. Plus, they were already going through stuff. So Richard snuffed Bruce. Bruce loved him. Bruce could have handled him easy. but he just took the punch, fell to the floor, and he said he was done with him or whatever. And Barbara and Richard pursued their relationship. Because Nightwing, I ain't gonna lie, just like Mac was talking about these other ones, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Nightwing was a 304. You heard? He was with Starfire. He was with a few of the girls that came through the Teen Titans.
I actually almost brought up Starfire and Beast Boy.
Yeah, and then he stopped the love. He was with her consistently out of the other girls he was met. He was with Zatanna. You know what I'm saying? So he stopped dealing with all the other chicks and he finally settled down. Even when this how you know Nightwing is a real one. Even when she got shot by the Joker and she ended up becoming paralyzed, he was still taking out on dates and strap her to his back, and because he was an acrobat. The fact that he's the best fighter that Batman ever trained, he's also very athletic and he got, he's real acrobatic because he was an acrobat when he was a kid. And he would take Barbara, strap her up, and go on like what do you call those things in the circus where they fling on it? What's that?
The trapeze.
Yeah, the trapeze. I was thinking that. I didn't want to be wrong. Yeah, he took her on that, and he always tried to make her happy even while she was in the wheelchair. So they finally tied the knot. So he ain't a 304 no more, Tay-Tay. They finally tied the knot in the recent comic. They stopped the love triangle. And he finally settled down with his girl. Anybody got anything on this?
Nah.
Nope.
Okay. He said, nah, that ain't Catwoman, that's Batgirl. It just, you would see the red hair, but where my thing is, Janelle is covering her head. Yeah, that was the cartoon, Jamel. That was the cartoon. That didn't happen in the comics. You talk about the Harley Quinn comic where he did the thing with Harley Quinn. That was fun. It was funny. It was entertaining, but that didn't really happen in the comics. We only going off of comics over here. Not no TV shows, not no movies. But I know what you're talking about.
Definitely not no movies.
But go ahead. Go ahead, Games.
Give me Monica Rambeau and the Blue Marvel.
This is a new relationship.
I don't even know how you knew about them. You didn't even know who Blue Marvel was back in the day until I had told you. I'm surprised. I had to, because now when I talked about Blue Marvel and asked him about it, he didn't know, and I'm surprised. You shocked me. I'm glad you researched. This is one of my top 5 favorite comic book characters.
He finally researched something you told him to.
Finally, he still ain't watched Hardball.
Yeah, he has Amazon Prime. Most of the apps I have, there are games they got no excuse. He got most of the same apps I have. He even got HBO Max, and a lot of my friends don't got HBO Max.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Go ahead. Cook. Brown Sugar, Hardball. You had time.
I'll tell you what. I watch it tonight after the commercials. I watch it tonight.
You not finna not watch the Super Bowl.
Now he the one he's the reason why the time changed.
I know.
And I'm glad he said something because I forgot.
He gonna lie to me.
I'm watching it. I'm going. I gotta see. I gotta see tonight. I gotta see it.
Go ahead, break it down.
Real quick. Let's see. Let's pick it up. They didn't do her justice in the movies at all, or the TV show. Oh man. Monica, also known as Miss Marvel, Photon, I think Quasar. First Cross Paths in 2013, Mighty Avengers #2 by Al Ewing and Greg Land, which saw the team facing off against Black Order's Proxima Midnight and Ebony Maw when they severely injured her and almost killed her. But Blue Marvel stepped in to save her life. And apart from ridding Monica of Proxima's Midnight Plague, also endowed her with greater power than she had before, and jump started what is come to be one of Marvel's most enduring romances. And let's see, there's another issue in Thunderbolts #3, I think. She was in the Blue Marvel's underwater base, doing that H-Town song, knocking boots, while the rest of the team was off fighting somebody. But, they finished up and went to go handle their business. According to my research, they tried to keep their relationship private, but, you're a superhero and it comes out. I like Blue Marvel. I started to, why isn't he in the MCU? We that's another show.
We don't have to talk about it. I've talked about it on multiple shows.
Why isn't he?
He's not going to be.
If they do, he's going to have a very short cameo.
It's not even a short cameo. Do you know how much they're going to nerf him? Like, he can't be there. They're going to nerf the hell out of him.
Yeah.
He's just as smart as Reed Richards, Tony Stark. He's this, and he gets let me look up his ability real quick.
He knows by himself, but he's not gonna know.
Yeah, because if they put somebody like him in it, he's so powerful.
Yeah,
they can't. Yeah, they
can't.
If they do put him in there, like Max said, he's gonna get powered down like substantially.
But they need to do something with his character.
Movie. That's why you haven't seen Hyperion, Sentry. You haven't seen Blue Marvel. It's a lot of characters. I can keep going down. It's really a farce that they bring in Galactus in there, because that's going to be hard. How they going to do Galactus? They not bringing.
I know exactly. I got in my mind exactly how that could go. I'm not going to say I'm going to be exactly right, but he's going to try to eat the planet, and Reed's going to give him to suffice his appetite. It's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of them original Fantastic Four. If you read Fantastic Four, Reed Hickman's Fantastic Four, the newer one, those joints are very good. But
I need to look into. I need to get his comics. Period. As of Blue Marvel comics, man. Just reading this guy. I want to. He's, to me, the way I looked at it, he's just Black Panther with superpowers. Plus the heart-shaped herb. Man, this guy, it doesn't do it justice. What Marvel has done since Stan Lee hasn't been there.
Email Marvel. I mean Disney. Email Disney.
They don't listen to me. Only thing they listen to is what we spend. That's why the Marvels flunked. That's why the last Thor movie flunked. We didn't want to spend money on that.
Oh my God! Please don't bring that up. That always makes me cry. I shed real tears.
And they got rid of that woke program they had. But you know what? That's another show.
That's a whole nother. All right, but you ain't got nothing on this, Mac?
Nope.
No. On Blue Marvel?
Nope.
Okay. I ain't got nothing either, except that we looking forward to seeing you in something, hopefully. All right, Mac.
Hopefully they give him his own storyline.
And don't make it no TV series. It's going to be worse.
Oh, no. I don't know.
Because I noticed with Disney, with TV series, It's a hit or miss. And 9 times out of 10, it's a miss. Who you want, Mac?
Go ahead and give me Wolverine and Izzy.
That's the only picture I could find, bro. The clearest picture. And then look who in the back.
Hey, man.
Look who's in the background of his mind.
Yeah, Gene. But look, man, they had plenty of other pictures.
You know what it was? I need a wide picture, man. All of the pictures, some of them be good, but they're not wide. I need the wide one because it's not gonna look right if I have like a horizontal, a vertical picture rather than horizontal.
Okay.
That's why certain pictures I grab them because they gotta be like wide. It can't be. But go ahead, Mac.
All right, man. Itzu and Logan met in Jasmine Falls in Japan. She actually met Logan during a 4-year training with Bando Saburo, who was teaching Logan how to be a man and how to leave his warrior nature behind. And Itzu and Logan fell in love with each other. You know, they messed around. She got pregnant with their son Dakin, another one of my favorite comic book characters. I'm not going to say superhero or villain because he was neither, but he's one of my favorite comic book characters. But they did have that was one of Logan's kids. It wasn't his first child, but he was the first main one that they recognize in the comics a lot. That always come to pass. Logan, she ended up getting killed in the same storyline by Bucky Barnes. Logan found her inside murder. I think Winter Soldier was acting under somebody else because he was brainwashed at the time. Romulus. He was acting under Romulus because he was brainwashed and he was ordered to kill Logan. But instead, he killed Izu trying to draw Logan out, and Logan ended up disappearing. But that's basically the story of them. But the reason I like Izu so much is because their storyline was a little different. Like, he really actually loved her. Out of all the women that Logan was with, he's only been in love with Jean and Izu. Like, real talk, he was really, really in love with her. I know he ended up marrying Jean in one comic. He married Psylocke, but if she would have never died, he would have married Izu. And because of that, because of them killing Izu, Dakin didn't have Logan growing up as a father. So the whole time, that's why Dakin was trying to kill him. But it is storylines where Dakin actually asked his father for help, or you had storylines where Dakin was fighting Punisher, and Wolverine actually stepped in and like, yeah, my son is this, but I can't let you kill him because he's my son. And Wolverine ended up beating the hell out of Punisher in that storyline, and almost killed him. And Morbius actually brought Punisher back. So yeah, this was the creation of Dakin, one of the dark, what they call him, the Dark Wolverine. So if you ever read the Dark Wolverine comics, this is the beginning. This is where it started.
Yes, sir. Gaines, you ain't got nothing on that. I ain't like Dakin like that. I'm gonna keep this that. But
nobody like Dakin. But see, that's why
I actually liked Scar, the Hulk son. I didn't like Dakin. X-23 in the movies and in the comics, she's probably my favorite. Well, it's not really his kid genetically it's his kid, but biologically it's not really.
Who you talking about?
X-23.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, it's his daughter, but it's not his daughter.
You got something on this, Mr. Gaines?
I thought Wolverine was married to Was it who's the chick in the golden mask? Matt, um, or wasn't he married to some
Oh yeah,
some lady named Tigra? Tiger? I don't know. I remember reading it. But no, I don't have anything. I don't have anything.
I gotta look that one up. Oh, now you making me interested. All right.
Yeah, because she always covered her face with a golden mask, or it was either her he had a relationship with and he was married to some lady named Tiger. She was like head of a mob family, something like the Yakuza. I have to. Man, I wish I could remember. No, it wasn't in the movie. It wasn't in the movie. It was in the comic. I remember reading it, but I have to look that up.
He married Rose O'Hara. He married Silver Fox. Itzu, which they killed Itzu. He married Viper. He married Otsuku. They killed her too, by the way.
He didn't marry Silver Fox, right?
Huh?
He didn't marry
her. He married Casey Lothrop. He married Charlemagne. He married Jean Grey. And he married Mariko Yashida.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I remember Mariko. That was in the X-Men. I mean the Wolverine comics.
Yeah, that was.
Which one? Sabretooth killed.
Rose O'Hara.
Then he killed Silver Fox too.
I mean, he did. Rose O'Hara, but you remember Rose O'Hara was the companion that was with him the whole time. Oh yeah, no, Logan killed her. That was the one Logan killed. Yeah, they were young. Yeah, you're right. It was Silver Fox.
Nah, I don't remember him ever being married to Storm, unless that was an alternate timeline.
Storm? Yeah, he never married. No, you remember we talked about that earlier. That was a what if comic.
Yeah, that was a what if comic. Yeah,
that was what if number 114, and they had a kid together. Melita Gardner. He married Rogue, Yukio, and Gok. You remember Gok because that's who had his first kid from the Savage Land. He did marry Mystique. He married Native. He had a fling with Domino. I think that was it.
Okay.
Didn't know. I guess Domino felt lucky.
He had a fling with the Invisible Woman, Black Cat. Lady, well, we know about Lady Deathstrike.
Mac, we gonna be here all day. We name him. We name all of the girls he's been with. The dude is like 300 years old.
Yeah, bro.
It ain't even fair. Of course, he slept with half the Marvel universe. Female. I don't even give him credit. I give somebody like Spider-Man and Daredevil credit because they ain't living that long, and they 304s. For real. Like he like 800 years old, bro. But anyway, let's come back to DC.
He was definitely here during the Revolutionary War.
Jon Stewart and Shira Hall, Park Girl, man. Not just on the TV show, also in the comic books. Jon Stewart starts out with Vixen, who is a black female who has different powers that she can summon through different animals. She could emulate those powers. Like she could call on being an elephant and she'll have the strength of an elephant. She could press her necklace and she'll have agility like a cheetah in the claws and things like that. So Jon Stewart's a good man. Tay, he never stepped out. He always will flirt with Shira because there was always an attraction there. But finally, Vixen gave him the green light, literally, to go fulfill what he wanted to fulfill with Shira, and they actually end up having a son when they get together. So, yeah. Shira Hall and Jon Stewart are one of my favorite couples. I also could have went with Vixen too, but it would have been fair to put Vixen here because they don't end up staying together. She ends up leaving him because she knows that John has an attraction to Shiera. So, you got something on that, Derek?
I like Jon Stewart. I like Hawk Girl. In the show, I thought they made a good couple. I didn't read it in the comics, but I like Jon Stewart. I can't wait for them to bring it to the film. They already got the guy who will play Jon Stewart. I don't like the cat. I don't like the guy as an actor, but we'll see what he do.
Oh, you talking about the guy that plays Mufasa?
Yeah,
In the Lion King movie, he also played Malcolm X. He's in a couple movies, man. We'll see how he does.
if it's the same guy I'm talking about, he got a Netflix show. It was horrible. It was horrible. So we'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like that relationship because the storyline between Hawkman and Hawk Girl was that they were
Destined to always be together.
yes.
Yep.
So for them to be together, it kind of defeated the purpose of the destiny of Hawk Girl and Hawkman.
Yep.
It's kind of
Mac knows his stuff. Mac knows stuff. That's a fact.
that's why I kind of I didn't like their relationship because it made me feel like she violated. It put me in the same reason why I don't like Mary J.
Wait. You can't put her in the same boat. She only had 2 dudes. You can't
Why
put
not?
her in the same boat.
If you're destined to be with somebody, Hawkman wasn't dead.
Yeah, but he was acting a fool in this particular reincarnation of his life. He wasn't like them other ones when he was in Egypt and all of them other reincarnations in the 1800s and all of that. He was on his best behavior. With something about this new era, he started acting like a YN. So she got with a real one.
At least she went black.
He said, and Pooh Man stupid. He said, how big was the egg? Because I said they ended up having a son. You a fool, Pooh Man. I ain't messing with you today.
She know what she
You got to
like.
admit, Jon Stewart kept a tight fade, though, man. No matter what, his fade was always on point.
Sometimes they give him a fade, a tape fade. Sometimes they give him a baldy. Man, make up your mind. Man.
He always had. He's
They
always
treated
in
it
point.
like they did. You know, most black people change their hair up. One day you got a faded mohawk. One day you got twist. One day you're doing a little mop. Then you go back to the taper. Then you want to do bald because you know they just doing it like our culture.
Yes, sir. All right.
They better not drop the ball on this coming up. This new.
Well, it's gonna be a series. We gonna talk about it because me and you got HBO Max, so we gonna see.
Oh, it's gonna be on HBO Max. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a series. All right, you up, Mr. Games.
Give me Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Where you at?
One of the
This is
one
one
of
of the
the
pictures I could find in it, and I was glad it was wide. Love this picture.
yeah, that's a good pick. That is a good pick. Let's see. Two of the original members of the X-Men, they quickly fell in love in the early years. Covered in the storyline by Marvel Age explores the Jean's perspective as a female member of the original X-Men, but she's clearly misses the bond between the other members. She falls in love with Slim, aka Scott Summers. In the earlier years, he would throw himself into danger to protect her and to impress her. And it's funny how their relationship has been on and off throughout the years. She's became the Phoenix. She became the Dark Phoenix. She was replaced by Madeline Pryor. Madeline Pryor leaves, becomes the Goblin Queen. Jean Grey comes back. She was killed. She went to the Hellfire Club, became the Dark Phoenix. Still, their relationship stayed tight. He stayed with her, but as far as I've read and haven't discovered, they don't have a child per se, unless you go into the future storyline where Rachel Summers is the Phoenix Force in the future. Then you get into the other things that surrounds them, but he stayed true to her, so to speak. I don't think he had any other flings. I do know she was easily persuaded by the Hellfire Club, but you know, I like these two.
She wasn't easily persuaded. Games, don't do her like that.
Yeah, she was
manipulated.
She was manipulated by Mastermind, whose powers were lower than hers.
Yeah, but she was already fighting the Phoenix Force inside.
She got a taste of that Phoenix Force, and she liked the power. And you know that's a whole nother storyline. That's why she ended up being what was she, the Black Queen of the Hellfire Club, and replaced Emma Frost
was the White
but also they have fought Apocalypse. He was absorbed by Apocalypse when Apocalypse was trying to get a new body. He wanted to take Nate Gray. Classic Scott Summers threw himself in front of Nate Gray, and Apocalypse absorbed him. And there was a storyline after that when they went searching for Cyclops, but they always seem to come back together. And I would love to see Marvel do a movie just with these two. Why not?
Tay said, didn't she have similar power? She only had the telepathy powers like Charles. Tay, she had way more powers.
Yeah.
than Charles could even fathom.
But Professor X helped her control her powers.
Yes.
They manifested after, I think she saw her friend get killed, or somebody close to her got killed. That's when her powers manifested. But we have so many crappy Superman TV shows. We have Lois and Clark, all these others crappy Superman shows. Smallville, now we be called Hitville. Why not? Why not?
No, you ain't hear about the Smallville star? He got old, man. I remember watching him when I was a real little kid.
Hitville. I hated Hitville because every show ended on a cliffhanger. Like, is he gonna fight Aquaman? Is he gonna fly? Man, no. Take that show off. I couldn't stand Hitville.
You ain't
Smallville.
You ain't hear about the dude that starred in Smallville that got into a DWI? The dude that played man.
No, I didn't.
Alright, but yeah, man, you got anything on this, Mac?
No, they were the original.
Yeah, they was part of the original X-Men group. He said their relationship got toxic as hell.
It really did, champ. They wasn't
well, you gotta understand, she was having a triangle relationship with Wolverine.
Yep.
And then
in her mind.
And then was she?
No, they really did.
No, they did. No, they really in the comics. They really got together, bro.
When she got the Phoenix Force, bro, that's when she went all in.
Yup.
She went all in. and then after she got rid of the Phoenix Force, she couldn't leave him alone, and she was still with Scott.
Yup. She said, I can't help that I'm attracted to Logan. That's in Execution song, wherever that comic is. It's in there too. And Giant Size X-Men, they talk about it.
Yep.
I know after Magneto pulled his antimanium out, he flatlined, literally flatlined, and they were coming back on the shuttle, and the shuttle was damaged, and she fell out, and he woke up and grabbed her before she, fell all the way out. He said, "I couldn't let it happen to you again, Jeannie." I remember that line, and pulled her back in. Because that's how she got the Phoenix Force, when they were coming back.
Yeah.
And yeah, but yeah,
And then he got with Emma Frost. He got with Emma Frost, and I remember Katie Pride couldn't stand Emma Frost.
Who liked Emma Frost? Nobody liked her.
Everybody thought that she was, she always had her breasts out and was always showing her body. But you gotta understand, she was with a different group before she was with the bigger. But that's a whole nother.
And she was with Scott. I almost put that on my list, but now
Sebastian Shaw.
She was with Scott.
Was she?
She was with She ended up being with. She ended up being with Scott.
Yes.
She didn't.
Scott
She
got
was
married, bro.
Yeah, her and Scott. Yeah, they really got together on Astonishing X-Men comics.
And you know, Emma Frost actually took over for Professor X after he died.
Yeah, she did. She also had her own mutant group called the Hellions, if I remember correctly.
And she also had the Phoenix Force too.
Did she?
Scott
that I didn't know.
She had the Phoenix Force, Scott, Colossus, and I'm missing somebody. It was 4 people.
He said, "You talk about Superman. No, Gene was trying to have Wolverine. Can somebody get Gaines?"
It's the red hair. I like the chicks with the red hair. They can't do no harm.
Oh my God.
Oh, so that's why you like Mary Jane, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just about to say. So you like the bad girl too? That means.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go get me an Irish girl.
Oh God, Gaines, we back, and you talked about all this.
No, I don't need
Mac,
to.
we gonna record this.
I don't need him in my family. He was Irish.
We got an issue. Because he had all these black love couples.
Yeah.
And look what he just said.
Yep.
Gaines, we gotta issue you some gavel, man.
Yep.
Gotta bang the gavel on.
You talking about this.
Look at Tay rolling her eyes. Lois and Clark. All right, see y'all doing it. Y'all doing it again. See.
But yeah, I love this couple.
And you can feed my boyfriend, you sure they can. It's what you could call Superman. That's a he's fairy, I do suppose, flying through the air, daddy hoes in their deep very sexy, all even cute, but he looks like a sucker in a blue and red suit. I said you need a man.
Ooh,
Yes, and his whole name across his chest, he may be able to fly all through the night. But can he rock a party till the early light? He can't satisfy you with his little worm, but I can bust you out with my super sperm.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. It's all you. Who you what?
Give me Rogue and Gambit.
Woo! I'm pretty sure we're gonna have comments about this. I got something to say about this. This is probably my second favorite couple in comics, Marvel or DC.
Yeah, this actually was a complex one, man, because how they had to create it to make it work, because they already had it when Gambit was in love with her, and they had on and off romance.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, but it was deep, and this was after Rogue and Wolverine had they love flame, but they had issues because Rogue had powers that could absorb your life force if she touches you. So it's crazy, but they end up making it work somehow. And their personalities actually complemented each other. But they actually was one of the top relationships in comics. When was the first time they
X-Men number 41.
Okay.
Oh, let me find out. They like, Egg, I didn't know you was an X-Men guy. Ain't you
Yeah.
supposed to know that off the top?
Hey, you
Stuart
know
Mack
what?
is the
Hey,
X-Men
you know
guy.
what, Drew? Somebody mentioned a toxic couple. This was actually a toxic couple too. Very dramatic. very. If y'all read the comics, it was very dramatic. They fought a lot too in the comics, but they kind of went back and they kind of went back and forth.
Did they have any kids, man?
Did they have any kids?
I don't think they had any kids.
I don't think Rogue had no kids.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Rogue could have kids.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It was that experiment that happened with Magneto. That was a real experiment that they did in the first movie. That was a real experiment. Rogue actually had a relationship with Magneto too, by the way. But,
yeah, but that wasn't in 616.
Yeah, but yeah, they I think that messed her up where she couldn't have kids.
All right, 2 comments. X-Men Gold. They got together because in X-Men Gold, Katie Pryde and Colossus, another somebody probably should have put them on the list. Yeah. We're gonna get married, and everybody was there and stuff like that. Colossus.
I thought they were over after his sister died.
Nah. X-Men Gold. No, in X-Men Gold. This is why I'm telling you. You go look it up. Uh-huh. She gets left at the altar, and Gambit finally steps up and is like, "Yo, we got all these people here." He looks at Rogue and is like, "Yo, let's finally do it." And they actually get married, and then that's when the Rogue and Gambit comment is spawned off of that. This is my time now, games. Yeah. This ain't y'all 79, and no, this ain't that. This is more my time now. So I remember this. X-Men Gold. I don't remember what number. But they got married. And you remember those collars that dampen mutants' powers?
Yeah.
That's how they was having relations. That is my favorite, one of my favorite X-Men comics ever. Because they had the honeymoon. They was up on like some type of place, another planet, for their honeymoon. They wasn't even on Earth. And she was like, let's go down to the beach and stuff like that. Gambit was like, we could go to the beach and stuff like that. And then I remember Rogue was like, no, I'll keep the collar on a little bit more, because when she keeps on the collar dampener that dampens the powers, it gives her a headache. But she said she didn't care about the headache, because she was so happy that they was married. So I was happy that finally somebody got a happy ending in comics. Finally. So this is why it's always hard for me to pick between this and my personal favorite that I have as my number one. It might be 1A and 1B, but Mac.
That's why it was actually my last 2. I was kind of going back and forth, and then I realized I had to make it my number 1. You know what it is.
Yes, sir. You got anything on this Gaines, Mr. Gaines?
No.
Okay.
No, I like Gambit. I like Rogue. I know in my 1971 comic. But nah. I need to get that comic and read that storyline.
Yeah.
I need to get that.
It's a good story. It's a good story.
Dirty in the cartoon. They did him dirty in the cartoon.
Oh yeah. I gotta bang the gavel on them for that, and they actually got the animated series award for that.
Yeah. Hey man.
Disney, I gotta bang the gavel.
I ain't gonna lie, man. That hurt me too, man. I'm like, no, they didn't with Gambit.
He said the name's Gambit.
Remembered it. My last one was they came out in 19.
Hold on, wait.
On me.
Oh, my bad.
On me.
Slow down, champ. Slow down.
We all got one more after this. Yeah, this was a short show compared to what we usually do. Damn. Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne. So I like the Hush comic because they finally become like a thing with their on and off again relationship. Batman finally, after under advisement of Dick Grayson or Richard Grayson, and being in the car with him, he's saying, you know, why your relationships never work because you always hide things from the girls that you with, and you really care about her, so you should tell her. He actually that's how you know that only Alfred and Richard Grayson is the only ones that can really get through to Batman. Like, they're the closest to him. And he actually took that advice. He met up with Catwoman and he took off the mask and he told her who he was, and they started fighting side by side together, you know, because Catwoman is one of those chicks that you can't read. You know, one day she wants to be a vigilante, another day she wants to be a thief. But ultimately, the only guy that she ever really did care and was ever in love with was Batman. So it was only right that they got together. I mean, the relationship still didn't end up working, but they still are on and off again to this day. And in one of the alternate Earths, they end up having a daughter, and she ends up becoming a huntress. Batman actually settles down and stays with her, and they end up having a daughter, and she ends up becoming a huntress. That actually is in the comics. It's like kind of like a what if story. It's not called What If, but it's in like a what if story. I'm sure y'all got anything on Catwoman and Batman.
I actually like them.
I did too. I always loved their relationship. Mr. Games.
No, I like this couple. I'm good. I like Batman.
Tay don't make me do it.
You know, Catwoman.
You want to talk about his Lois Lane, baby? Is it?
You know why she's rolling her eyes? Because we on our last picks, and you know who ain't gonna be in none of our picks.
I'm not talking about
near nada. Don't nobody say that near nada like you, boss.
Near nada, not a super.
No,
not a Superman.
No.
Can't be your Superman. You're Superman. You're Superman. I'm not your Superman.
He says Spider-Man and MJ is the best couple.
You is crazy.
I disagree, Jamel. I disagree.
Didn't even make the list, champ. Didn't even make the list.
They ain't make the list.
Spider-Man made the list. Mary Jane didn't.
I'm with Mac on that. I don't really care for Mary Jane.
I don't like Mary Jane.
I feel you talk about guys being 3 or 4.
I don't think you read the comics if you think that was a good couple. Mary Jane is she's a
Tay.
She's the lady of the night. She's a harlot. She's a Jezebel.
We clean it up with that. Well, go ahead, Games.
I had to say it in a clean way.
Let's go. She laughing. Tay laughing.
Well,
go ahead.
Great show, guys. I appreciate being here. Thank you. I think my last couple is the longest running couple of Marvel Comics, unless somebody correct me. Brought out by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, Sue and Reed Richards.
Fantastic Four. Don't need no
Fantastic Four. They Pedro Pascal, you better not drop the ball, man. I've been watching.
It already look good. The
trailer look good, man. You better not drop the ball, Pedro. You the Mandalorian, man. You got to bring it home. You know these guys met in college?
Yep.
Believe it or not.
Yep.
Believe it or not, I didn't know that.
Everybody.
I did not know that.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I didn't. I didn't know that. Reading about it.
Reed was 100 years older.
Just about, yeah. But I didn't know they let him.
I figured you thought that. A lot of people think that. That gray really happened once they went into that wormhole and got their powers.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not
When they
that's
got,
not natural.
from what I'm remembering, how they got their powers was the Silver Surfer was coming, and they went through the same wormhole he was coming through, something like that. I have to read. Ooh, that's a long
Nah, you
time
right.
ago.
You right. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about how they got
You
together.
know, they met in college. He moved in to her aunt Sue's aunt Mary's boarding house for the summer. They had similar interests, romance and everything. She was attracted to him. He was smart, intelligent, suave, sophisticated. She was blue-eyed, blonde bombshell, so to speak. After they got their powers, he still maintained his intellect. I think it was also boosted. He became Mr. Fantastic and stretch ability and everything. And then she became the Invisible Woman. She also had another persona called Malice, I do believe. She was also into hand-to-hand combat. She was being trained by Power Fist at times. And from what I've heard, I think I heard Max say this. She had a fling with Namor at one time.
I said that. She did. Yeah, she did have it. She did. She wasn't perfect.
No, she wasn't perfect.
I don't know. Was married too. I'm not sure if they was married yet. I don't think they was married yet. They was together. They were married.
I think they've been married since they came out. I don't know. Somebody correct me on that. I think they've been married.
I don't remember either. But then that's worse. And that's adultery. And I'm banging the gavel.
Through their union, they have two children. One is Franklin. He's a mega level mutant. I know Act and Matt always throw this out, but during the Onslaught storyline, Onslaught used his powers and Nate Gray's powers to reshape reality. And of course, during the end of that storyline, Franklin Richards created a whole nother universe to save Marvel, basically. His other daughter, Valerie Richards, or Valeria. She was born daughter of the second child. Due to her being conceived in a negative zone, she nearly died during childbirth, but was saved by Victor Von Doom. Reed and Sue named her after Doom as to thank him. While she does not have any powers, she does has smart, if not more, than her father. Now, a teenager at this time, she goes by the name of Brainstorm. The couple is basically one half of course, the Fantastic Four, with her brother Johnny Storm, who I should have put him down because he had a relationship with Crystal of the Inhumans, and they had a child. And then he had Ben Grimm, and that's my number one couple in Marvel. They've been a couple since issue 1, I guess, and here we are.
Yes, sir. Matt, any thoughts and comments?
They were the first couple in Marvel.
Yep.
The actual first couple.
Yep. Did Reed ever step out? I know they had a healthy. Huh?
I don't know. I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. He was so obsessed with his work. But I always heard that in effect they love life. I heard they was very active. They was very active.
She messed with Dr. Doom. She would mess with
in college she messed with Dr. Doom in college. Because that's how they met in college. And while they was married, I believe it was definitely Namor. and Namor actually loved her. And I remember in Civil War when she went and asked for help, he didn't. He looked at the bedroom and was like, he looked at the bed. She was like, "So you're not gonna help me? I have to sleep with you. It's fine." Da da da. She kind of like sunned him, and then he ended up helping. You know, and sent his troops to help her side, of course. So, yeah. Good pick. Good pick. We always
You
love.
can say they Marvel's first family too.
Yeah. And they're like the first superheroes that actually came out with their identities like on blast. It wasn't hidden. That's one thing I always respected about the Fantastic Four. It wasn't no secrets.
You couldn't hide the thing though. You know, couldn't hide it.
I mean, he had wifey too. What was the blind girl name that he was with?
Alicia.
Who you talking about?
I talk about Ben Grimm.
Alicia.
She was actually in the comics.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. She became a Herald of Galactus, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because Galactus came back. Man, they better not drop the ball on that. They better not drop the ball.
All right, Mac. Your last one, man. You winding down.
The Terrible Twosome, man.
Where we at?
Alicia Masters. That was her name. Give me the Terrible Twosome, man. Y'all know who the Terrible Twosome is. The Joker.
Oh, God.
And Harlan Quinzel. Am I the only one that had villains on their list?
Yeah.
Me, I had. Well, I can't say anything. Go ahead.
Y'all can't tell me this ain't one of the most iconic couples in comic books. Good, bad, or indifferent. Dr. Harlan Quinzel and the Joker has got to be one of the most fascinating couples in comic books. They met because they sent Harley to Arkham Asylum to be his psychiatrist. They hired her. And, you know, the Joker told her all those traumatizing stories about his abuse as a child. And she kind of fell in love with him. You know, women always think they can change a man. So she fell in love with him. But the Joker used to abuse and terrorize her so bad. Like, their relationship, this is the definition of a toxic relationship. Like, the definition of a toxic relationship. Like, the relationship was so bad that Poison Ivy had to save her from Joker, and Harley ended up falling in love with Poison Ivy. But the fact that
yeah, that's a fact.
It took them years for that. Her and Joker actually has 2 kids, Bryce and Jackie. Like, they had a long-standing relationship. They're still, like, in the comics, they go back and forth all the time now. Originally, they were together, but with this new era, they kind of teetering on the line of her being with Joker or her being with Poison Ivy. Which is crazy because Poison Ivy's still in love with Batman. And he has a love for Bane too, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, but this has to be my number one all time, regardless of anything. This is number one all time, my favorite comic book couple.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't got nothing on it. Good pick. Good pick. I think you are the only one to pick a villain couple. Games, anything on this before I go to my last one?
No. I was wondering why they put that storyline in the cartoon on HBO Max between her and Poison Ivy. Now, no, I didn't watch it, but they
a whole relationship.
Yeah, I was wondering why they do that, but yeah, no.
I'm surprised you didn't. Like, you just now learned about that.
Well, I'm not a really big DC fan. I've read it.
But I'm Batman. I said I'm not a DC fan either, but I'm a Batman fan. Like I've,
Yeah.
I've seen it multiple times. Batman is on my top 5 favorite all-time comics. So
Yeah.
I read his comics. Like it's a few here and there that I like from DC, but Batman is always gonna be
Mhm.
really
I
honestly. Batman is Ghost. Y'all know Ghost Rider's number 1, Punisher's number 2, Wolverine is 3, Batman is 4.
I watched all the Batman shows. My favorite one is the Killing Joke. And then after that,
I told that should be one of the stories we do is the Killing Joke.
Oh yeah,
oh
we can
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
I thought going into Tay birthday, we're gonna do the death to Superman.
Oh, that would be so great. Which one we gonna use? That would be so great. That would
I
be so
thought, I
great.
thought,
It's only one comic. The
Yeah.
Death of
I
Superman.
know, but what Superman? Are we gonna use the newer Superman or the one that they did in the comic storyline? Oh, that would be so
no,
great.
we're gonna do the comic storyline.
Could,
Queen
could you put on?
71, everybody.
Could you do the screenshot when Doomsday knock him down and he don't get back up? Could you do that? Could you-
When we do it, I got you. Whatever picture I want, as long as I can find them like wide, like this, I got
Why?
you.
Because I picked Joker and Harley Quinn. Tay. What the hell?
Because nobody picked Lois, and
I'm not picking. I'm not. This is stuff about people we like, JJ. If you wanted to
Yes,
talk
Miss Tay.
Superman, you could have came on here and talked about Superman and Wonder Woman, Superman and Lois Lane. You could have came up here and talked about all of it.
Nah, D man, I'm not a DC guy, but I've seen DC is killing in the anime department. So I've watched all their anime shows. They just killing until Marvel
Well-
came out with X-Men '97. DC was killing them, and they still killing them.
Well, be honest with you, Marvel don't have that many animated stories like DC did. Batman
No.
is actually leading out of all of the anime for comics. Batman is killing. But them movies
Yeah,
is
yeah, it
big.
is.
And I'm talking about the dramatization of the movies is amazing. But
I think
my
my
the
favorite
Hulk
one
stories
is,
are actually good. Man.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Hulk,
Yeah.
the Hulk joint. Yeah, those was the
The
last
Hulk-
good one. I was in
Which
school
one?
still when those dropped.
Yeah.
I like the Hulk versus Wolverine.
The Hulk
And I
versus
like-
Wolverine is my favorite.
and
one.
the
Hulk
Hulk
versus
versus
Wolverine is good.
Planet Hulk.
Planet
I didn't
Hawk
like
is
Planet
good.
Hulk. I didn't like Planet Hulk.
I
They
know why
changed
you
it.
didn't, but I actually
I
did.
didn't-
because-
I didn't like the Hulk versus. I was cool with that, but the Planet Hulk movie compared to and D Man
because
no
it was Silver Surfer and not
yeah. It
what's
was
the
a
name?
couple things. There was a couple things they changed around. It wasn't just that.
I know, but
I think Maestro is the evil Hulk, Tay. I'm not sure as Ackerman, but I think Maestro is the evil Hulk.
so Nightstroke is the villain Hulk. He's not really.
Let me just say something real quick, y'all. Queen, I don't think that they never talk about the promise that Batman made. That's why when you asked me about that day, I told you, I sent you what comic it was. I think it was the Prince Charming or something like that. I forgot. It was but her and Joker, that's when the kids that Mac was talking about, that's when him and Harley actually are together, and she actually ends up saving Batman, and Harley ends up deleting the Joker in that. And Batman makes her a promise, but they never say what the promise is, to answer your question.
Yeah.
Because I looked it up and I researched. I was almost ready to get the series.
Devil Hulk. I mean, Maestro was a villain of Hulk, but I think Devil Hulk is the evil Hulk. That's the evil. That's the evilest version of Hulk. So if you ask me who the evil Hulk is, it'll be Devil Hulk.
All right, I'm gonna go to my.
Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go to my last one, and then we'll have some closing thoughts, or we could say some things real quick, and then I'll let everybody go because I know everybody's getting ready for the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Scott Free and Big Barda. This is my favorite couple, and I'm gonna explain to you why.
Love Big Barda.
Remember how I said that these two remind me of people that are in my real life? This reminds me of my brother-in-law, Antoine. and my sister before me, Shelly. These two knew each other since they was kids. This ain't no 1920. No. It's very rare that you meet somebody when you was a kid and you still with them. I love their story and them trying to escape war world, playing the dark side and trying to get out of there and come to Earth. And once they actually leave and them end up having their daughter and them actually escaping Granny Goodness and that whole situation with the war between Dark Side and the New Gods. I was so happy for Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. This is my favorite relationship because they was together and they known each other since they was kids. Always was attracted to each other. Had to hide the relationship too because Barda was a warrior. She was the leader of the female Furies. And Mr. Miracle ended up escaping with her. And once they escaped, they was able to have their life together. So this is my favorite comic book couple. Yeah, Tay, not Lois. I thought that was Vision. She said, I thought, you know what, Queen 71, I love you to death, but I'm banging the gavel on you. She said, I thought that was Vision and Scarlet Witch.
He does have the same color scheme.
Oh my God!
No, it doesn't.
No, he
Does
not
have all red on.
That little gem. He don't got the gem in the middle of his head.
He got the green coat. He got the red body. Where Vision had the red face.
Yep.
Yeah, but then she don't look like Scarlet Witch.
She don't.
No,
look
she
like
don't.
She's way taller than Scarlet Witch. She's 7 foot.
Yep.
She's
No,
7
she
foot.
don't. Check out Tay. Check out that anime where they are what was that? What's that anime called? When they're trying to leave Dark Side World.
That was in, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was in Justice League or Justice League Unlimited.
Justice League Unlimited. Yeah.
So let me ask y'all a question about our list today, because we all had different lists, and I knew we would. That's why I waited to make mine, because nobody really had anybody that I thought I was gonna put on my list. When we seen each other's list, did anybody who was the favorite couple on each other's list?
Wait, on the opposite person's list?
Yes, on the opposite.
Oh, that's a good question. Good question. Games, you want to start? I know it's going to be Marvel. DC.
I like Axe, Joker, and Harley Quinn.
No, that wasn't me. That was Matt.
I mean, Matt. I like
okay, so you
Max.
picked at least. Okay, all right.
I like Max, Joker, and Harley Quinn. I liked your Batman and Catwoman.
Okay.
I'll go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you, I like your I like his Sue Richardson Reed. I mean Sue and Reed Richards.
Oh, so
on your list, you know I like Jessica Jones. And,
yeah.
If I didn't have to, if they wasn't on your list, I would go with Batman and Catwoman. But I gotta go with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage.
Yes, sir. Queen, nah, I was just teasing you, Queen. Hey, I'm just teasing you, Queen. She said,
"Well, Matt, let me ask y'all a question real quick. I asked Act the question right before we went on.
Let Act answer.
Yeah, let me just pick.
Okay, my bad.
I liked it. Hold on, because Derek had a lot of good ones. I like personally. I gotta keep it real. I like the Jean. I'm on some OG joint with it. I like the Jean Grey and Cyclops. I know that's something you can see coming, but I liked it. I always liked their relationship. It was toxic as hell, like Jamel talked about, but I definitely liked it. their relationship. And as far as you, Mac, you know, you probably know what I'm going to say.
I know what you're gonna say.
I liked it, Gambit and Rogue.
I knew that's where you were gonna go.
I don't know. I just love. I love them two together, man.
Yeah.
He said Akimon. Yo, I can't. I'm done with Jay Good. Yo, Jay Good said Akimon. Yeah, go ahead, Derek. What was you talking about?
I was just, I'm sorry.
That's an Akamamanon.
Akamamanon.
Akamamanon, yeah.
Akamamanon.
How come neither of us had? I didn't think about it till today, but how come none of us had Al Simmons and Wanda Simmons on their list?
I didn't want to talk about. I didn't. So
You know why? I wouldn't put that, because it wasn't a happy ending, Derek.
No,
It was depressing. Like my best friend got my woman now because I'm an outline horn. So that's why I would never put that on.
Yeah, at all. And they not the. You know, we didn't go outside of Marvel and DC this time, which we could have, because I could have talked about the Question and the girl that he was with. We could have talked about Dr. Manhattan and the girl that he was with for the short piece of time that like it's plenty other comics we could have went. But when we think about classic comic book couples, nobody thinks about Dark Horse or those other comics. They always revert back to DC and Marvel because they have the most iconic couple. Maybe not always the most iconic characters, but they have the most iconic
couples. That's a fact.
Like if we go to characters, Spawn is always
if we do characters, then I agree with you, Derek Game.
Yeah.
If we just going off of Spawn alone, yeah, hell. But I wouldn't consider that. I don't think that that's Valentine's Day worthy because he got his Valentine stolen.
Yeah, it wasn't even on my like. I had a list.
I tell you one nobody brought up. Nobody brought up Storm and Black Panther.
I did have
one. Yeah, he was going to do that when they called me. I ain't gonna lie, Gaines had that in his mind.
I did have him on my list, but when I was reading about it, he met her before he was Black Panther, and she wasn't an X-Men yet. So it kind of didn't really it didn't really grab me like, yo, talk about this. I knew about it, but then when I started to read into it, I was like, let me go in another direction. Because I was just going to have straight power couples. But that's how I threw in Nate and Trinity. I thought, and Sync. I thought they were, worthy to talk about because they're not a real. People really didn't know them, but everybody knows Black Panther and Storm. And at one time, they did hook up, but Storm also hooked up with who's the inventor?
But they was married. They was married.
Yeah, they was
she
married.
Got with Forge too. She was with Forge for a minute. And Jay Good, real quick, he said, "Oh, you was playing off of Greek mythology. You was playing off of Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
The one in Troy, the one that fought for his brother Menelaus. Yeah, I know. He said Agamemnon. He's stupid. Why I gotta be Agamemnon? Why I can't be I don't want to be Achilles. He was half the fairy, even though he could fight. Yeah. I can't be none of them. Put me in Norse mythologies. At least they was all straight. At least
not
they
really.
was all straight. Who? Which one of them? Tell me a story.
I don't remember nobody that was gay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't remember.
Greek mythology actually was the first representation of any homosexuality.
Thor wasn't.
Nope. Thor wasn't.
Loki wasn't. Baldur wasn't.
Okay.
Tyr wasn't. I'm trying to think who in Norse mythology was. You got to explain that.
Derek. Greek and Roman mythology talks about that all the time. Norse doesn't.
They was the only
And I
straight.
and I actually like Norse mythology.
Yeah, I like it better. That's why it's full berserker.
I do. Don't get it wrong. I do like Greek mythology because the stories in Greek mythology, man,
Mm-hmm.
they actually have epic stories. But Norse mythology is, man, my favorite mythology is Egyptian mythology. I'm actually working on a tattoo to put Anubis and Set on my leg.
I
Mm-hmm.
thought you were like Amun Ra.
No,
Oh, okay.
As long as you
Anubis.
don't do the
Do you even know who Anubis and Set is?
Anubis is the Lord of the Dead,
Yes.
and Set is who was Set? Wasn't he a pharaoh?
No.
He
Set is a deity. He's the god. He's the god of the desert, storms, disorder, violence.
okay. There's Seti. I'm thinking of Seti. I'm thinking of
His
something else.
name is Set. It's S-E-T. That's
You
it.
thinking? He's thinking of the Bible. You thinking of Seti. You thinking about what's his name's father, Ramsey the Second's
Yeah.
grandfather.
Who was Moon Knight's deity, Egyptian deity?
Moon Knight was what was Moon Knight's god? Khonsu. God Khonsu.
Khonsu. Okay. Don't get that.
He's the god of the moon.
Yeah, don't get that.
That's it. Khonsu is just the moon god. And that's it.
Don't
He's nothing more. It just means traveler. That's all. He's
And
not-
yes, Black
Yeah,
Panther
maybe.
was married to Storm. I just didn't look into it deep enough. But I also wanted to talk about the unknown couples in Marvel too.
Yes, sir. Next time we're gonna need you to research DC people on your list. Next time we're gonna make it a rule. You gotta have some DC on your list too.
Did you know there's a Jewish mythology not many people talk about? I learned that by mistake.
But you
Didn't
know
know
that
that.
was because before the Jews actually had multiple gods before they had one god.
Mm-hmm.
But all
For
that
your boy
mythology,
Abraham.
yeah, the god of Abraham. Before that mythology, it was deleted. That's why they did used to do sacrifices to God. Like it was a lot. It's talked about in the Old Testament,
Yes, it is.
but religious.
And yeah,
like,
and you thought Mac ain't know the word, games.
I never said that.
I
I never said that.
Mac
I
knows.
was sitting
Mac
talking
knows.
about the Bible. I disagree with his view on the Book of Enoch and the rest of the apocryphy books, but just because I disagree with him don't mean I can't sit and talk to him about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
yeah, only reason the Book of Enoch. The reason I just look at the age of the Book of Enoch when and the actual Bible when it was constructed versus the Dead Sea Scrolls. Dead Sea Scrolls are old enough to be placed in the Bible. Not saying they're not relevant.
Mhm.
They're still conspiracy theories from ancient times because they're old, but they're not old enough to be books of the Bible per se.
Yeah.
Possibly, yes.
You saying Mac is the truth, but Mac ain't have Lois Lane and Superman in there.
No one will pick Superman. I've been doing this.
Mac can't have Lois Lane and Superman, even though they the first couple in comic book history. Period. If we think about it, they might have been because Superman.
I don't think so.
Superhero.
Is Superman is DC older than Marvel? As in the Fantastic Four?
Okay.
Yeah, but Superman is the first superhero.
Yes,
I hate to
is.
admit it, he the first superhero. She said, "Be quiet, act. I still love Mac." Hey, you still love him. He don't love Superman. He love you. He don't love Superman.
No one loves
Even though
Superman.
that trailer. What did y'all think about that trailer?
I think I don't think that me personally, I look at the old Superman movies, they didn't have any cameos. You know, they didn't need people to bring other people in to see the movie. You know, and I'm going all the way back to Christopher Reeve, and then
Yes, they were the
and then Superman Returns, and then Henry Cavill Superman. They didn't need special guest stars. You know, be aware of movies that have.
You see what Jay Good said?
I am not a hater. I'm a realist.
garbage.
I would sit and watch Henry Cavill Superman over and over. I would
That
sit and
wasn't
watch.
bad. That was a good. That was that man.
I liked
I
it.
liked it. I did too.
I mean, yeah, they had Russell Crowe in it, but didn't nobody go see the movie because of Russell Crowe? They went to go see it because it was Henry Cavill playing Superman. I would sit and watch Superman 3 over and over, not because it had Richard Pryor in it, but because it had Christopher Reeve playing Superman.
I didn't like that. I liked the first two.
I did like the first two.
I think that's
But
the
remember-
only one I could get through. Mac,
But
what did you
remember, I
think?
told you the more sequels they do, the stupider the dumber the movies get.
What'd
So
you
I
think
do
about
like
the trailer?
Superman. I just don't think he's relevant for our list.
What'd you think about the trailer, Mac? Did you see it?
What trailer?
That new Superman movie.
Nope.
Did you see the Fantastic Four trailer?
I actually got it saved because I'm gonna watch it. No,
I did a whole little review and I played it and everything on my channel. I did a
No,
whole
I haven't
review.
watched it. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna watch the trailer.
All right, man. Let's get ready to pack this thing up, man.
You know what, Tay? I'm gonna watch it after I watch the commercials.
What movie?
Hardball.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See Tay poking the bear. She poking the bear. I love you though. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. If you don't have a Valentine, go see the movie.
You're stupid.
Go see the movie. What is it? Diamond Heart Eyes, whatever that movie's called.
Yes, sir. Mac. I know. I just heard his phone ring. I was trying to get his last word real quick, so I could let him go. Yeah, it was Hardball, Tay. That's the one he got to watch.
Mac, are you there?
Mac, you back? I want him to get his last word in. Some action about the movie.
Great live.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me back. I appreciate it.
Everybody coming. You know,
Love to talk this talk.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate. I tell you every week, man. I no BS. I appreciate it, man. You know, we talk off the lines. You know, plenty of times. Share each other's stories, man. This is it's reflective to me, man. I tell you what, man. This is when we do these shows, man. This is the most time I've laughed all week. I look forward to it.
Yes, sir. And Gaines, how'd you like that little Superman diss track by Big Bang Hank? Potato.
Oh man, you know what?
I'm surprised you didn't tell me, cause you about to just my uncle. Cause
I wasn't even thinking about it.
It's crazy. He brought it up to me because I was chilling with him. He was bringing me like lunges and some.
I had that album. I had the Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight. I had that album.
Yeah, he told me. He's like, I don't know. I told him about my pages, my channel. I was talking about Comic Cons. And then I was like, yeah, you know, and I said something about the Superman trailer. And then my uncle was like, man, forget Superman. Don't nobody like Superman. I was like, see, that's how I know we're related. And
See,
then he
they
was
should
like,
have
"Hey, you
brought
know,
back Henry
you ever heard
Cavill.
what my man Big Bang Hank said about Superman?"
Hmm.
And sure enough, I looked it up on my phone. I said, "Oh, he was going in." I said, "Oh, I'm using this." So if you want to know who inspired that, shout out to my Uncle Perry. My Uncle Perry, he inspired me to pull that up.
That was a sample of the song "Good Times." These are the good times.
Yeah, so
A new state of mind. They should have brought back Henry Cavill, man. But I think, dude that left Marvel and went to DC. He had caught wind that Marvel wanted him to play. Well, who did they want him to play? Sentry, or they wanted him to play somebody, and he was talking about going to Marvel. I hope he do land in Henry Cavill lands in Marvel. I hope the guy from who's that guy who wants they want him to play Lobo in DC.
oh,
Uh,
Jason Momoa.
Jason
They
Momoa.
said he is gonna play in the Supergirl movie. The Supergirl movie's supposed to come out next year.
Why? Why not just give him his own movie?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Certain characters ain't strong enough. Certain characters, I mean, you could do a Lobo movie, but Lobo has ran across Supergirl a few times in the comics and the
Right.
show. They could work that in there. Mac, you back? If Mac ain't back, we're gonna.
I'm back. I
Yeah,
literally just hung up. When you were saying I'm not back, I was getting off the phone.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna let we gonna close it out.
Oh man, appreciate it, man. Shout out to y'all for coming through, man. It was a great show. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my new Instagram too, by the way, the smoking section. That's for my cigar smokers, though. You know, I'm gonna be doing some things on that platform. It's actually gonna be the direction I'm going in for my channel too. I said I was going to figure some things out, and I think I have. I know which way I'm gonna go. So there y'all go. Shout out to that. That's my new brand. Stay Ready. Still gonna forever be Stay Ready. It's gonna always be there. Still gonna pop up on my people's channels, but we got some things in the works. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Shout out to y'all coming through. Make sure y'all tap in with the usual suspects. The raffle. Y'all go get involved in that raffle because this is for our meet and greet in Vegas. I know I'm gonna see most of y'all there. So y'all go get involved in that raffle. Tickets don't cost that much. They also have a game going on right now. Go get involved in that game. Pay attention. Numbers might get called. It might be a winner. Tap in. But we appreciate everybody that show love. And for the playback players, appreciate y'all too. Y'all know you ain't got to get ready if you stay ready.
Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate my co-host, Gaines, and my brother Mac. Salute to everybody that was involved with the talk. Appreciate everybody, and yeah, we'll be back, inshallah, or Lord willing, next week. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody that came through, and we're gonna leave you from a word from our sponsors and stuff like that, man, about the ticket raffles, man. Salute to the LDBC, the full Berserker clan, and we are out of here.
Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping $ usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20 with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.